Good evening, everybody. It's Rebecca Gabriel here. I hope you are well, and it's really lovely to have you here. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a general reading, and life has been pretty busy, but this is something that I very much enjoy, and I know that a lot of people are going through significant change in their life, and it's looking like there's going to be a lot of shifts in a very positive direction during July. So I thought I would do a reading tonight for the first week of July, and just remembering that if you happen to be seeing this video at a later point in time, then that's okay. It's still relevant for you. So time is fluid. We don't sort of judge things too much by the date as we do by the energies and how we are moving through our life. So I also wanted to mention to you that I do personal readings for people, so that if you're interested in getting some clarity around your specific circumstances, please contact me, because I can offer face-to-face readings. I can also do online readings through Skype, and a lot of people find that very helpful for their specific situation. I also do provide spiritual guidance sessions through coaching. So if that's something that it interests you, sort of for ongoing support in your journey, then please let me know, because that is something that we can also do. All right, so let's get into the reading for today. I think today I might just sort of position the camera so you can see the cards. We're just mixing up a little bit in the few sessions we've had. I've pre-shuffled some cards for tonight, and just ask Spirit to please provide us some general guidance for the first week or so of July, and potentially what may be coming up for us. What we've got coming up here. So this is a tarot deck. I mix it up with tarot and oracle cards to give us a good indication of what Spirit would like to let us know. Okay, looks like we have our cards there. Now, I read intuitively, not always exactly as you might expect from the traditional tarot, and that's fine. You know, I think readers do their own thing. The point is that we're receiving the message in the way that is meaningful to us as a reader. So what we have here is, let's start with the Three of Pentacles. Hoping you can see that. So the Three of Pentacles is helping us to take note of the fact that quite likely in July we're going to be drawn to paying more attention to what we know are our skills and abilities. Really acknowledging what our skills are, because people are noticing. And it's important for us to acknowledge what we're strong at, what we love to do, and the successes that we've had so far. So you have been working very conscientiously throughout life, but in particular in the month of July, what's happening is it's been drawn, your attention is drawn to acknowledging what you have achieved, and others are noticing this. And so in terms of your career, you probably want to, there's an opportunity for you to voice and articulate what your strengths are, and to really acknowledge that. So you are working very hard, and perhaps ideas around your professional development, what you have achieved, assessing where you're at the moment. You know, is what you're doing aligned with where you want to go? So you're reevaluating, reassessing, acknowledging what you have achieved, looking at perhaps where you want to continue your professional development growth. And people are noticing, recognizing, and quite likely you may get some public recognition in your workplace for what you have achieved so far, what you're demonstrating to be your strengths, which perhaps has not happened in recent times, and perhaps this is a really lovely recognition of where you're at right now. Um, and there is you've got this sort of more grounded connection with who you are, um, and that's a good thing. So you're sort of looking inwardly and noticing, probably for the first time in a while, your own achievements. And as part of this reflective process that we're going through in July, we've got the moon here, which is very much about self-reflection. And in this period of time where we are perhaps having a look at where we're at in life, noticing what's working, what's not working. Sometimes we just need to do that, and we need to be quite honest in looking at where we're up to, looking at our strengths, looking at our weaknesses, things that haven't worked very well that we'd like to change, and recognizing where have we put our energy in the past? Has that worked out, or do we need to make adjustments in our life? Because certainly where we place our focus is what we're going to grow more of. And during this period of time, it can feel a little bit more confronting when we're asked to be quite truthful about all parts of ourselves, the good, the bad, the ugly sort of thing. And, so that brings up sort of certain feelings and emotions, things that we need to confront that sometimes feel a little uncomfortable, but it's all for the better. So you're recognizing your skills and talents in terms of career, but also what has worked and what hasn't worked. And that includes personal relationships, choices and decisions you've made, career choices as well. So there's a card here, the Queen of Swords. And it would seem to me that there's perhaps, I'm not sure if it's your energy or someone else's energy, there's a focus on communication and a sense of confidence around who you are as a person. So I'm sensing now that this is more to do with your energy. So after a lot of period of change in your life, you are coming to know yourself more deeply and with more truth. And I guess that makes sense after this period of deeper inner reflection. There's a real sense of knowing where you're at, what you've achieved, knowing who you are. And you're feeling quite self-empowered. You can see the expression on her face. She's very confident, very knowing of herself. And the sword represents communication. She's very clear and decisive at the moment. So this is your energy. You're feeling quite certain about what it is that you want and what you don't want in your life. You've been through a lot, which has helped you to become clear about what you want in your life, who you want to be, what's of value to you, the direction you want to take. Her energy is very clear, and she's looking from a position that gives her a view of the land in this card. And so she's quite clear about her direction going forward. She's had a lot of experience. And when I say she, this is not male or female, this is just the energy of the card. And you're now seeing that your life experience is giving you quite a wide scope and perspective on things, which is what is helping you to feel self-empowered and feel clear about your own direction, your own strengths, and how you want to move forward in your life. And you're ready to make decisions. You're ready to voice your opinion, say what you feel, and let people know what your intentions are. It's interesting, we then have the Seven of Wands, which kind of indicates a little bit of a defensive energy. Perhaps with some things that are coming up in the next week or two, you may feel that you need to defend your position. And that's okay, because this is all about feeling self-empowered and making decisions for yourself. It just may be that some people are not necessarily in agreement with your stance. But that's all right. You can take that in your stride and accept the fact that sometimes we do need to defend our position, and that's a good thing. It helps us to articulate and become even clearer about what it is that we want. And as we articulate what we want, it does help us to stay in that energy of achieving what it is that we want and to manifest what it is that we want. And that's life. Not everybody's going to think, see and do things in the same way that we do. And of course, when we assert our stance, we can choose to do it wisely and kindly. We don't need to have abrupt energy. We can do it just with a sense of purpose and keeping in mind what our vision is and our ultimate goal is. And this leads to a very positive outcome. One of the most positive cards in the deck alongside the Sun is the Star. So here we have the Star, and this energy represents dreams and wishes fulfilled. It's also about creating balance in your life, achieving balance. That where you put your energy, you're getting reward back. How much energy you put in is what you are getting back. There's an ease and flow that's coming into your life, that you're now about to reap the rewards and the harvest for all of that work that you have put in. The seeds that you have planted are now bringing a beautiful harvest in your life. So this is a very positive card, and a card about abundance. It's about having equal balance between our emotions and our spiritual intuition, along with feeling grounded and connected with the physical realm. So that's really beautiful flow of things to come. So we've gone from an energy of recognizing our own talents, gifts, achievements, what we have acquired, and people publicly recognizing that. It is a period of reflection where we're looking at what's worked and what hasn't worked, and doing that with honesty and truth for ourselves, and becoming quite clear and vocal about what it is that we want as we move forward. Standing our ground as we need to, but always maintaining a perspective of the bigger picture and where we're headed. And as we do this, we are going to thankfully reap the rewards of our hard work and create some more balance in our life, where we no longer feel that we're fighting the battles that we've been fighting, and we are restoring balance in our life. Balance comes into life where we're no longer feeling we're doing the upward hill climb. It's been a long road and you've put a lot of effort in, and it's felt for a long time you've not made progress, but now our Spirit is letting us know that all of that is going to come into balance for us, which is wonderful. So I just want to move to the next deck of the Wisdom of Oracle cards to see what messages will come up for us that support the tarot. So we thank you, Spirit. We ask for some cards to guide us for the next week or two going forward, and what we can expect. What do we need to know in the next week? Oh, we've got cards flying out everywhere here. Okay, I'll take those. Okay, so we can see here that For quite some time, we've been feeling in this energy of feeling orphaned. And that really is just sort of saying that it's been a long, hard road, and we've experienced a lot of change and a lot of transformation, and that takes a lot of effort, a lot of emotional, mental, and physical effort. And at times we felt very much on our own and quite isolated, and through periods of major change, especially when we're not necessarily seeing progress straight away, we can have periods of time where we feel down, and sometimes it may be sort of the experience of having a good cry in the pillow, or feeling a little bit isolated and a little bit alone and unsupported. But this is where you have been, and this is not where you are. You're moving out of this energy. This is more about our fears and illusions, and when we go into periods of doubt and worry, we actually tend to isolate ourselves, and that's not necessarily the reality of our situation. We can get pretty much in our head when it comes to feeling overwhelmed, anxiety. We can do some pretty terrible things to ourselves when we get into that state. But thankfully, you're moving out of this energy. So Spirit is saying part of the transformation process of having big shifts in our life means that we don't necessarily see progress straight away. But what's really, really important is to continue doing the do. So this card here, it says chop wood. So basically that is, keep going one step at a time, and eventually you are going to see the progress of your efforts. So chop wood means keep going about your day-to-day business, keep on the path that you know that you're meant to be on. Part of this is also preparation for the future of what you want to manifest. And we know that balance is coming back into your life. So it's really important to not stop what you're doing, but to keep going, but do it with the intention of knowing that you're cleaning up, clearing out, and preparing. So as you become clear about your next steps and what you need to do, use this period of time to prepare for your next steps, to clean out the cupboards, to methodically go through your checklist of things so that you know that you're going to achieve your ultimate goal. Progress only happens when we take action and we take the necessary steps. So this is what Spirit is meaning by chop wood. Do what needs to be done one step at a time. It'll also help with eliminating overwhelm as well. The next card is a very similar message when it says doing things by the book. And again, that's emphasizing the message of one step at a time. Do things in a logical sequence, and that will help you get through any anxiety, any overwhelm, and it will definitely help you to see progress in time. So please don't give up, even when you feel like you want to give up. Acknowledge where you have been and acknowledge the wonderful achievements you've made to date, because people are noticing. Do the honest reflection that you need to, and you will get clarity. It will come to you. So keep doing the work one step at a time. And if you need to help clarify the steps, speak to someone who can perhaps give you some objective assistance in what steps to take. But, we don't need to go into overwhelm and try to tackle everything at once. That usually backfires and it doesn't really help. So think about how you can perhaps set yourself a task, 1 or 2 tasks for the week, that's going to help you towards your ultimate goal, which is a part of your bigger transformation that you're moving towards at this time in your life. And then Spirit is saying, without creating heavy energy, let's use a little bit of that time to imagine. The power of our imagination, the power of our energy, our ability to visualize, our intentions will help give us the momentum as we are moving forward. So imagination is getting into that creative dream state, allowing our thoughts to wander and ponder the possibilities. It's really important to use this as part of your toolkit to help with the change that you're going through. Beautiful. So now I'm going to draw a few cards from the Enchanted Map deck. I'll just move these up a little bit so we've got some room. It would seem to me that quite potentially a lot of people are feeling a little bit in overwhelm at the moment, that it's busy times, a lot of things are happening. So the best way to get through that period of time is give yourself time for honest reflection, rest, but make a list. Make a list of things to do to take away the overwhelm, and then you will start to feel progress happening. Because we know that your dreams and your wishes are going to be fulfilled. It's how we get there that can make the difference. We need 3 cards, please, Spirit, for the way forward. Two more cards. Give it a crack at 4. Since that's the way we've been going with this reading. Oh, looks like it's going to be 3. Okay. So, what do we have? Okay. Again, these cards are supporting the message that has already come out before us. We've got this experience of feeling like we've hit rock bottom. So this 10 here, which is similar to the 10 in the tarot deck, symbolizes the ending of something and the beginning, the end of something in the present moment that's finishing, done with, and the start of something new. So we certainly are feeling like we're at rock bottom, and you know, if we've had a tower moment where something pretty big has happened, and there's, you know, it could be job or relationship or something, where it seems to be pretty clear that there's no more life left in the situation, that there's a line that's been drawn and it's time to move on. So this is the experience of rock bottom. In many ways, you know, we can sort of, the negative side of that would be feeling pretty down and out about it, but this is actually a blessing in disguise, because it means that the only way forward is to go up. So this means you now have an opportunity, having realised that something is said and done and finished in your life, you now have the opportunity to shift your focus to the next new thing. And the universe will support you with this, because now that something is done and finished, you're ready to take on board the next new thing in your life, which is fantastic news, because that supports your journey going forward. So this is sort of a marker in time, and that's actually positive. The next card is symbolizing a little bit of a similar energy to this one. Number 5, we've got goblins. You know, and when we're going through change and we experience, you know, something big that happens, we can tend to drop into the energy of depression, fear, worry, doubt, and we can look at all of the negatives and the obstacles of why something is so terrible. But really, I encourage you, and Spirit encourages you, don't stay in that energy. Look to the light. Raise your sights, raise your gaze to the newness and the possibilities of things going forward. You do not want to stay in this dark, heavy energy, because no change happens down here. When we're stuck in fear and worry, anxiety, we're going to stay there, lost, without any clarity and any way of being able to progress forward. So as change happens and it's obvious that something big is happening or just happened, lift your sights up and start looking at the new possibilities going forward. I'm going to just shift some of these around. So the next card here is part of your process of transformation is that learning aspect. It's called education. So through all of the experiences that you've had up to now, it actually has taught you a great deal. You may have learned a lot of things in terms of your career and you're ready to move on to the next stage. You're ready to perhaps change your job or step up in your career or your business and go to the next level. Part of doing that is having to make some new decisions around your job or your career. It may be that you decide to take on board some professional development or seek the advice of a mentor. You're very keen to do this and you recognise this is part of the change and transformation that's needed to go to the next stage of your life, career or business. But be on the lookout for people that can assist you. You know, in the card here there's a stork and there's a fairy. There's people available there to assist you on this journey, to be the messenger of additional information, to be a mentor, coach, teacher, someone who's there to help you move to the next level in terms of growth, learning and education. You're also going through a period of inner learning, soul growth, where you're reflecting on things that have happened in the past and you're learning so much about that. You're having a lot of aha moments, you know, of soul lessons, of recognizing what hasn't worked in the past, what you've learned from your experiences, and you're ready to make changes in your life, ready to make personal changes. You've developed and acquired a lot of wisdom based on the past experiences. You know, sometimes, you know, the choices that we've made teach us a lot about what is a better way to go forward. So in this card, you know, we've got the moon here, which again represents reflection, looking at the light and the dark of what has happened in our life and happening, and recognizing that we want to focus on the light to pull us forward, to help us with our learning and get to that new stage in our life. And this is all coming to a beautiful transition. The next card is the Field of Dreams. And I suppose in many ways that supports this card here of being in that beautiful state of imagining, creating, manifesting. So in the Field of Dreams, we are very much recognizing that we're going through change. We've got a lot of butterflies here. We've got eggs, which of course represent new life, new beginnings. We have fairies here, which are the magical component of helping us to manifest our dreams. So we're entering a period of time where we are able to, through our own, setting our own intentions, directing our focus forward of where we want to go, we are capable of being our own magician and creating new beginnings. All we need is some faith. We need some imagination and the willingness to step out into the unknown. Because as we do, we're going to come back to a place of balance in our life, which will bring us beautiful abundance. All of the change that we've been going through is now coming to a place of restoring balance and bringing new abundance and energy into our life. So don't be too impatient with yourself in terms of feeling frustrated about not seeing progress. Spirit is helping you to stay on target, to do what you need to do, chop wood, stay as methodical and objective as you can to follow the steps, and you will see the progress. Engage in some self-reflection, some education, some professional development. Look for the assistance that is available to get you to the new stage in your life. And don't be afraid to dream and believe that all of this is possible. The way you focus, what you believe, what you tell yourself, and how you imagine your future has a lot to do with how successful you are and how quickly you move into the next stage of your life. And this final card here, for those who are looking to manifest successful careers, positive partnerships, and good romantic relationships, we have are coming together, which is beautiful. There's a real synchronicity, a union or reunion of two souls who are always meant to be together. There's a divine hand in this reunion. So for those out there who have been working to come to a reconciliation, a reunion of a relationship, this is coming in the month of July. And in many ways, a lot of it has really got nothing to do with what you do, because it's going to happen anyway. We can always sort of make it easier on ourselves, and we can prepare ourselves well. But in many ways, this is divinely guided, and this is going to happen. So that is beautiful energy. So I'm going to finish the reading with a few cards from our Romance Angels deck, which seems to now be quite appropriate. So let's see what Spirit has in terms of love and relationships in the month of July. What can we expect in the month of July in terms of love and relationships, and in particular in the week coming up? What do we need to know, Spirit, in terms of relationships in the week coming up? I'm not sure if that's coming up there. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. What can you bring? Okay, let's see what we have. Give your relationship a chance. Trust, worth waiting for, and calling in your soulmate. My goodness. So we have two souls coming together, a reunion or reconciliation that's divinely guided. The Romance Angels are telling us to give the relationship a chance. Work on the partnership. Expect good things to happen and keep a positive energy. Give your relationship a chance. That's beautiful. There's a very beautiful divine union there. The next is trust. Trust that you need to have trust that the situation is going to work out for the better. It says here the situation is calling you to have faith. So again, whilst you may not see immediate progress, communication is coming, and you must trust that the universe is supporting you in this relationship. So trust that things are working out for the better. And if it's not a romantic relationship, it may be relationships to do with significant people in your life, friends, family. If there's been any disharmony in the family, trust that this is being worked out at a deeper level. And certainly in terms of your soulmate, this person is worth waiting for. So dispel any fears and doubts, trust, and know that this person, the significant person in your life, is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And that's a beautiful message. And then the last card was calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So staying with that trust and faith, being patient with the progress, and you're going to bring your soulmate closer to you during the month of July. Keep yourself positive. Continue to pray for the love and well-being of this special person in your life, and visualize the two of you together. And just be patient. Just trust that Spirit is working for you in terms of this relationship. It is meant to be. So what a beautiful reading. What a lovely way to finish up the reading for the week. I wish everybody well. Stay on target. Don't lose hope. Keep your energy high. Do things that are supporting your health and well-being, because that helps to keep your energy and your vibration high. And as you do that, you have a far better chance to manifest what it is that you're working towards in your life. It is all coming. Balance is being restored in your life. What has felt really difficult and challenging, that's coming to an end. So there is no need to stay in that heavy worry energy. That's the last thing that you want to be doing. Trust and have faith. Do what you need to do. Create the steps that's going to help you to get forward, and that will reduce overwhelm, and you'll get to where you're going a lot faster. So all my love, have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. If this has been of help to you, please like the video, and I'd love it if you subscribe so that you get to see more of these. Okay, see you soon. Bye.